Well, we got a new DC animated universe. Let's break down our spoiler-free review of Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we got a little review of Superman, Man of Tomorrow. But first, we wanted to remind everybody, if you're looking for your place for all your comic book news, rumors, and reviews, all while looking for the best and positive in all these characters we love, make sure you hit that like button and press subscribe. Well, first we had the Timverse, and then we closed out the Tuckerverse in last year's Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. That reset button has been hit again on the DC Animated Universe, and thanks to some time travel shenanigans, we have Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Now this serves as the first chapter in a new era of storytelling for the popular direct-to-DVD series. The animation style has had a complete overhaul, and this takes us back to the beginning for another take of the Man of Steel's origin with a brand new voice cast. Now this version skips some of the more traditional story beats. Now typically we follow Superman from Krypton to Smallville, but here we delve directly into Superman's early years in Metropolis, and the story really is one of an immigrant trying to find his place in his new world. Now he's actually joined by two other aliens, John Jones and Lobo, who happen to also be the final members of their race. Man of Tomorrow is kind of a surprisingly timely tale which actually addresses some of the prejudiced issues of mankind and what Superman needs to do in order to be accepted by them. Now you may be looking to Lex Luthor to be the primary villain, and he's still a bad guy, but it's up to the Parasite to serve as the big baddie. Now for the most part, characters like Lex and Lois Lane have been given a complete fresh coat of paint, but they do remain familiar, and they haven't really quite got the shake-up that Superman has. While he's still very much that hero we love from the comic books, his youth and inexperience point to this new DCAU now having somewhat of a different Clark Kent. Overall, this origin story is pretty strong, and is a fairly compelling reimagining of the character, and doesn't manage to rehash that same origin story we've probably all seen about 400 times. Now, visually is probably the most drastic change. The animation remains somewhat simplistic, but this new take often looks like a comic book come to life, and for me, it was a pretty easy style to like. Now, I do suspect some of you will not like it. It has been compared to Archer by many people in some of the comments on some of our videos, and I think that probably holds up. But what's most important is it does work under pressure. There are some great action scenes. Superman's battle with Lobo is one of the best, and the finale with the Parasite is awesome. The animation holds up really great in these battles, and you're never taken out of them for a second. That's what counts. On top of that, the story does manage to deliver some other surprises along the way, even if overall it does play it pretty safe. Now the action is great in this movie, but it's really not how Superman takes down his enemy. Superman this time really does it in a different way. Although there's lots of fists punched and buildings smashed, Superman actually defeats the Parasite with his heart. It was sort of a nice change of pace compared to other movies. Now Darren Criss brings Superman to life, and he does a pretty good job from beginning to end. He has a sort of youthfulness to him and almost a Christopher Reeve-like enthusiasm. He feels pretty well suited for this updated version of the character. For me, the rest of the voice cast was kind of all over the place. Alexander Daddario and Zachary Quinto are pretty much perfectly suited as Lois Lane and Lex Luthor, but they didn't really bring a lot of new things to the characters. But then there's Ryan Hurst, who I thought was just an awesome Lobo. But he's playing Lobo, and Lobo's pretty easy to like. Overall, the movie was well paced, the sound was fun, the music was good, and I generally had a pretty good time. It's definitely not as good as the previous DC animated feature, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, but let's face it, that was pretty epic, and ended that universe with a bang. Now, overall, I think I'm going to give this film about a 7 out of 10. There's definitely some room for improvement, but it was a pretty good time. I wasn't disappointed, and I gotta say, I'm looking forward to the rest of this new DC animated universe to grow out of it. Without any spoilers, there are a couple of other heroes teased. Now, I did include a link to the movie down below, and I have to encourage you to go check it out for yourself. Then come back here and let me know what you thought. If you liked this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.